Hey Transformers fans, MVious Cosplay here, and today this is going to be a little different from my usual model kit reviews. Today we're going to look at the Optimus Prime G1 edition from Flame Toys' Furai model set. Model kit line, not model set. Excuse me. Um, I am familiar with the Flame Toys kits of the Transformers series. I've seen them around in Barnes and Noble and model kit shops, and one of my buddies, DJ Provoke, does build has built quite a lot of them. He's working on the IDW version of Optimus Prime. I have read the comics, but I'm a Generation 1 purist, so it's G1 or nothing for me. But when I saw the pre-orders for this uh, version of Optimus, I just had to jump on it. Um, so really nice artwork here. Really does remind me of the IDW comics. Really do like the battle scarred effect of G1 Prime here. And I love the matte finish of this box. I'm definitely gonna keep this box because it just looks that nice. All right, guys. Without further ado, here is Optimus Prime. Uh, I had gone ahead and painted the gray areas white to match the animation cell shading that they use, as well as the blue and yellow. I mostly just used a Gundam marker to paint this guy up. As you can see in some of the areas, it looks like it's streaking, especially with the white here. And the blue, I think the camera can pick it up. Yeah, like right there, you can see it's pretty much like a streak. But on the yellow, it's pretty much perfect. So it does come with a few stickers. It comes with stickers for the Autobot logo. It comes with two, but I just used one because that's how he was in the G1 cartoon. As well as these orange areas. Oh, let's bring the camera up really quick. Oh, too much. And that should be fine. Oh, hang on. There we go. So here is Optimus. Got some clear parts for the windows and the eyes. I don't know why they went with a clear blue for the eyes because there's no light piping, so he's kind of looks dead. There's no life in his eyes. So, yeah. So pretty much the areas that I painted for pretty much all the hands, the crotch section, the entire lower body, the white on the torso here, as well as the grill of the truck and the two pipe stacks and the head. That's all I painted. I left the red alone. Let's go to the articulation. Oh, by the way, since we're about to go into the articulation, a little bit of warning when getting this kit. I'm not sure if it's just my copy, but up here, right up here in the armpit section, these poly caps are extremely well, it's not the poly caps, it's the peg here coming from the shoulder joint into the poly cap. It is too short, meaning if you move it around too much, it's most likely going to fall off like that. And the reason why there's a little bit of black, I just put some black acrylic paint to tighten up the connection, but it's still a bit loose. So I'm not sure if that's just my copy of this kit. And also, when painting this kit, because when I went in and assembled the head, I put too much pressure on the earpiece here. I don't have any tweezers or needles right now on me to use a little pointer, but let's use the Energon axe. Right here, this crack, when applying pressure to connect it to the connection area here for this little earpiece, I cracked it. So the plastic is pretty brittle up here, so be careful. But besides that, those are my only complaints about this kit during the build process. But besides that, this is a pretty good kit. The head can go 360. The neck is on a separate joint, so it's gonna be a bit of a pain in the butt to keep realigning it to be centered. And the connection is just a simple ball peg. Snapping that back on. The arms can go 360, and I could already feel it coming loose, and it did. So I gotta do that. And as you saw, the arms can swivel out this much. The butterfly joint allows this much movement on both arms. Bicep swivel up top. A nice double jointed elbow. The wrists are on a swivel here. They're on a, I think it's a hinge or a swivel, but as well as so you get some more movement in the wrist, as well as every single hand is ball jointed, so you could hinge out, swivel around, basically the regular deal with Gunpla. The torso here can open up to reveal the matrix of leadership. Sadly, it is molded in gray, so I had to go in with some Sharpie to color the matrix of leadership. And you do get a clear blue piece for the jewel inside the matrix itself. But then again, they could have went with like a metallic or light blue piece, because without any form of light piping, all the clear blue in the head and the matrix of leadership, it looks lifeless. And as well as you get clear blue for the windows. The ab crunch, Prime can look up pretty far, but it just looks weird seeing a gaping hole in his chest. You can look down really good. Got some side to side motion. The waist is kinda, oh never mind. It also depends on your how much you move him actually. There we go. He was kind of sticking up there with a gap, so if you want it perfectly flush, just push him all the way down. The skirt armor is actually connected on the back here, so you're able to pull this out and hinge it up and down. Same with the other side. The front of the waist armor here, I keep saying skirt armor, but I guess it's connected here as well. They're both individually connected. It's not a solid bar. So there's that, which will allow more movement for the legs. Speaking of, they can go out this far. They can go to the side this far. Oh, there we go. Double jointed knee. Really nice double joint. The feet are on a ball peg. And there's a bit of a toe hinge, but not a lot. And it could also swivel as well. So that is the articulation on Optimus Prime. Come on. So there's that. Now moving on to his accessories. As you saw, he has his iconic Energon axe in this nice clear orange. To use it, just pop off a hand. And there he goes with it. Got to challenge Megatron and the Decepticons. Very nice. I love it. And then we get his oh so famous Ion Blaster, molded in a plain gray plastic. And then swapping the hands. Oh, not the whole entire wrist joint. Come on now. Come on, Prime. Well, let's give him a hand, shall we? A trigger hand. And give him the Ion Blaster. And there he is, ready to do battle. There we go. Then moving on. He actually comes with quite a few pairs of hands. As you saw earlier, we have one pair of fists, a pair of trigger hands, one for the left and the right. So if you want him to use the Ion Blaster on his left hand, you can. We have two open hands, and this is for On the instructions and on the box, it shows him opening up the compartment in his chest for the Matrix of Leadership. So let's get this set up. His legs can seem pretty wonky at times. Open these. And the cool thing is that they are pretty much sculpted in a way that he can be reaching over to open the chest. Like so. Closing that back up. Oh, and another thing I don't like about this is that the windows are very loose. So be careful when opening up the chest compartment whenever you want to do any posing for the Matrix of Leadership stuff. We have 2 splayed out open hands. Not sure what these are for, but I think I know what pose this could be for. And we have 2 pointing hands, so he could be giving orders to Bumblebee, or pointing at Megatron or Decepticons. So let's have him in a pose to do so. Transform and roll out. Oh man, that is a good pose actually. Very nice. That looks great. So pretty much that is the Flame Toys Optimus Prime Generation 1 edition. For my first outing of this model kit series by this particular company, there were some pros and some cons, but not enough cons for me to not want to do more. I really do hope they make a G1 version of Megatron so that I could have them pose and displayed very awesomely in their Generation 1 movie poses. And still, my opinion, my honest opinion, the G1 movie is still to this day the Transformers movie. Bumblebee is right below it. And then the rest of the films, what can I say? But that is all I have to say on this kit by Flame Toys. Their Optimus Prime Generation 1 edition. Thanks for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you out at the next review.